Good Money Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Whoopin Bet Show here, presented by the Kota Sports Gambling Network. Again, you can follow us on Twitter at Whoopin Bets or follow the network at Kota Cappers or check us out online, www.kotasportscappers.com. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a so-so day yesterday. Wednesday recap, we went 2-2 plus 0.1 unit. Didn't lose units, right? But just not super happy with that 2-2. We did hit the Storm minus 7.5. I know we were big on that, and we got that win. So that was a nice win for us there. Then we did do the Atlanta, get the Atlanta-Seattle under 151.5. We marked that. Cha-ching. That's awesome. But then we did lose the Lynx, and I know I was high on the Lynx, and dumb of me. You know, I've now gone from it's fading the Liberty, it's fade the Liberty season to they have my mind in a pretzel. They have my mind in a pretzel. I know maybe the revenge factor obviously played into it. They came out, had a hell of a third quarter, outscored the Lynx 29-11 or something like that in the third quarter, and that was the game, right? That was basically the game. So the Liberty we need to do some more work on. We really need to maybe go back to the film room, watch some tape on them, and what kind of team really is the New York Liberty going to be from here on out. So we're going to have to study them up a little bit more. But we do lose the Lynx +2 and the Lynx money line +120. So on the year we didn't lose any units yesterday, so that was a bonus for us as we kind of been in a little rough patch here. But on the year, we're 43-37-1 plus 6.67 units. You love to see that. And we are back here today with two games on today's slate. We'll start with the first one, the Indiana Fever taking on the Connecticut Sun. Connecticut Sun minus 14.5. The Fever plus 775, 775 on that money line. Value guy. You should be value girls. Are we taking that value? We'll see. The over here, 161. This total opened at 159.5. It jumped up to 161. Then it came back down to like 159, and now it sits right at 161 here at most sports books. And the spread has been steady. Spread's been Sun minus 14.5 since it opened, so there hasn't been a ton of movement on this. Again, I want to make a play on this total, but again, fade the Liberty, Fever overs. And it seems like those two things aren't a thing anymore. The Fever have hit 3 straight unders now, and the Connecticut Sun seem to be the over team as they've been hitting overs here as of late. Obviously, the Sun coming off that West Coast road trip where they went 3-1. They averaged just over 90 points per game. Now they're at home for the first time since May 28th, and that's something that we are circling. Ladies and gentlemen, they're at home for the first time in their last 4 games. The Fever plus 14.5. We're going to take the Fever plus 14.5. If you call me crazy, I won't get mad. I maybe deserve it. The Fever, 3-9, bottom of the league. The Sun, the very top of the league. In that second spot, I believe, behind the Aces. Just came off a 1-1 trip against the Aces, so they beat the best team in the league. And now you want me to fade the Sun at home? The only reason I say that is because I think that this is going to be a low-scoring affair. I think it's going to be a low-scoring affair. I know people are obviously high on the over. Indiana can't stop anybody. The Sun can put up points. But Indiana hasn't been able to score recently. You know, one of the reasons why their last 3 games have gone under is they can't score. But not tonight. Not tonight. They're going to be able to score a little bit here. I just think that the Sun come out a little flat. And so I think that we're going to take 2 bets here. And I just thought of one as we were as we're talking out loud here to the people on the Whoopin Bet Show. But I'm going to take, I just think that the Sun are going to come out a little slow. Call me crazy. That's fine. Do that. I just think they're going to come out a little slow. So we're going to take Indiana plus 8.5. We're going to take Indiana plus 8.5 for the first half. And then I'm going to add them too. I think 14.5. I think that's too many points here for a Sun team that's coming off a 4-game road streak. And these two teams played earlier this season. And the spread was 16.5. Indiana was able to cover that. And obviously the Sun won, but Indiana was able to cover that. So the Fever are going to try and kick this 3-game losing streak that they've been on, right? It started May 31st with a loss to Washington, then they lost to the New York Liberty, then they lost to Atlanta, and they just have not been able to score points. 66 points, 74 points, 75 points. On the other side, they're giving up points, but they're not giving up a ton of points like they were earlier this season. So we're going to figure, look at that. Is this breaking news in the WNBA? Oh, no, Derek Fisher is still fired. The Sun are going to score their points. I understand that, but I just don't think they're going to get enough points here to hit this over. So we have 3 plays, ladies and gentlemen. Long story longer. We're taking the under, 161. We're taking the Fever, plus 14.5, and we're taking the Fever, plus 8.5 first half. That is 3 plays, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's the first time on today's show, on the Whoopin' Bet show, on a game that we've had 3 bets in one game. So we're all on the Fever, and we might get our ass kicked, but I believe in them, and that's what we're rolling with here for today. So our second game on today's slate is the Sky taking on the Mystics. The Mystics minus 1.5 at home. The Sky even money on that money line. Over under here, 154.5. Again, Julia Alamond should be back for Chicago after her suspension, and people are expecting EDD to be back for Washington. Again, Chicago comes into this game on a 2-game winning streak with wins and covers over Atlanta and most recently Washington, who they're playing here today. The Mystics have lost 2 straight, but again, we have followed a system. This is a system play for us here, ladies and gentlemen. Get the graphic on here, intern. This is a system play for us. When, on back-to-backs, we take one team on the first game, whatever, okay, whatever. The second game, you fade the team that won and covered the first game. So Chicago here won and covered against the Mystics on Sunday. They're playing a back-to-back here on Wednesday evening. We're going to take the Mystics minus 1.5 here at home with EDD. Should be back, should be ready to roll, and we're going to hope that this cashes. And again, this isn't only a huge game for our bets because we're trying to get back on the train, on the positive train here. So we need the Washington Mystics, but in terms of league standings, this is huge. Chicago 3rd in league standings, Washington's 4th in league standings. The Mystics are 1 game behind Chicago here for that 3rd spot in the league standings. So this is going to be huge for the standings. I'm going to take the Mystics at home minus 1.5. And hope that they can kind of get revenge from Sunday. The Sky beat them out on Sunday. So that's our 4 plays here for today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a Wednesday, June 8th. 2-2 yesterday. We didn't lose any units, but we need to get going here. And it starts today. It has to start today, and that's how we start our weekend right. It has to start Thursday. We bang it out Thursday. We get 4 wins here Thursday. We bang some wins on Friday. And then, baby, it is going to be banging all day on Saturday and Sunday. And maybe I shouldn't have used those words. But today, we are back. We're hungry. We need some of these wins. It's all about the Fever. It's all about the under. It's all about the Mystics here, ladies and gentlemen. So, again, like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz. Let us know what you're thinking about our plays. If you have any favorite plays, let us know down below in the comments. Follow us on Twitter at WhoopinBets, and we will see everybody tomorrow. Alrighty, peace.